harassment na mga purposes. But last Congress, we were successful in amending certain provisions of Republic Act number 10591. Through Republic Act number 11766, the validity of the license to own and possess firearms may now be 5 or 10 years at the option of the licensee, while the validity of the permit to carry was extended to 2 years. Today, with the Senate Bill number 2773, we are once again given the opportunity to improve the provisions of RA number 10591. Our discussion will focus on the following proposals. Number 1, first, expressly authorize the Chief PNP to designate a representative to guarantee an efficient processing of firearms license and applications. Second, increase the allowable ammunition per firearm from 50 rounds to 500 rounds, while licensed sports shooters may be allowed 5,000 rounds per firearm at any given time. Third, the license to manufacture and license to deal firearms shall be valid for a period of 5 years, the same with our amendments to the validity of the LTAP last Congress. Lastly, in promoting our local firearm industry, the bill proposes to exempt from COMELEC authority the transport of firearms during the election period if such transport is being made solely to export firearms. Sa ating diskusyon ngayong araw na ito, alalahanin po natin na ang pag-aari ng baril ay isang pribilehiyo na hindi basta-basta ipinagkaloob ng ating pamahalaan. Layo natin na matiyak na kung sino man ang mabigyan ng nasabing pagkakataon ay maging karapat-dapat sa lahat ng panahon. Magagawa lamang natin ito sa pamamagitan ng patuloy na pagsasaayos sa batas na sumasaklaw sa regulasyon ng pag-aari at paggamit ng baril. Nais natin na manatili itong updated upang makasabay sa kasalukuyang safety standards. Layon din natin na bigyang pansin ang aspeto ng industriya ng firearms manufacturing. Paano makatutulong ang pamahalaan upang paunlarin ang kanilang hanapbuhay na hindi isinasakripisyo ang kaligtasan at kaayusan ng bayan. Hinihikayat po natin ang ating mga guests and resource persons na aktibong makilahok sa ating diskusyon ngayong umaga. Pagtulungan po natin na mas mapaganda pa at mas mapabuti pa ang Comprehensive Firearms and Ammunition Regulation Act. Maraming salamat. For orderly conduct of today's hearing, we will start by the hearing presentations and statements of the following: the ILG, COMELEC, PNP, Association of Firearms Dealers and Manufacturers, Shooting Associations, Gun Owners Associations, Firearms Instructors, Gun Safety Officers and Range Officers Association. Other resource persons are present. Comsec, okay. Wala pang darating na, wala pang ibang senador? So, simulan na natin. Let's start the ball rolling. The ILG, sir, you have the floor.
To the Honorable Chairperson of the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa, other distinguished members of this committee, colleagues from the government, the stakeholders in the firearms industry, the sports shooting community, other guests, good morning. The DILG fully supports the objective of this legislative measure, which is aimed to update regulations, make it more comprehensive, and streamline the process involved in owning a firearm, carrying it outside residence, and the validity of licenses to manufacture and deal in firearms, as well as rationalizing the allowable ammunition to be possessed per firearm. Yun lang po. Good morning to everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Next, we would like to hear from Kumilik.
Honorable Chairperson of the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa, and to everyone attending this meeting, good morning. The Commission on Election submitted a tentative position paper to this honorable committee. It is tentative since it needs the approval. It still needs the approval of the Commission and Bank. Nonetheless, Your Honor, allow me to read the pertinent portion of the position paper. The COMELEC submits to the laudable intention of the legislature. The COMELEC does not want to impede the firearms trade and business, and therefore the COMELEC interposes no objection to their intent, to this committee's intent and purpose in passing the subject Senate bill. Nonetheless, may we express our observation that in case the amendments being proposed will be legislated, there is a need also to amend Section 32 of RA number 7166, which expresses that no person without any exemption from the Commission shall be allowed to transport firearms during the election period unless authorized by the Commission on Elections. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Yeah, tuloy lang natin dito na yung last na item na sasabi natin, that is the bill proposes to exempt from COMELEC authority the transport of firearms during the election period if such transport is being made solely to export firearms. Yun lang naman. Anyway, this will in effect, if signed into law, it will effectively amend yung particular provision na yun ng election code, omnibus election code. Omnibus election code yan. Electoral reforms law. Thank you. Thank you. Salamat. Next, PNP.
To the Honorable Chairperson of the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, Senator Ronald Bato M. de la Rosa, the distinguished members of the Senate, fellow workers in the government, stakeholders in the firearm industry, the different associations of the shooting community, other guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, sirs and ma'am. At the outset, the PNP is grateful for this initiative to make another amendment to RA number 10591 to address various pressing issues and concerns related to the regulation of firearms and ammunition, making it responsive to the needs of licensed citizens as well as the industry. Noting the need to facilitate the processing of licenses and permits, including legitimate trade, ensuring public safety and security should still be the utmost priority to consider, making sure that this is not compromised. Going over Senate Bill number 2773, the PNP would like to express reservation on amending Section 12 of RA number 10591, particularly on the number of ammunition that may be owned and possessed by a licensed citizen, both individual and juridical entities, as well as licensed sport shooters. Mr. Chair, the PNP finds that the proposed 500 rounds of ammunition per firearm that may be owned and possessed by a licensed citizen is inconsistent with the law, taking into consideration the very purpose of ownership and possession of a firearm is for self-defense, as clearly cited in the Declaration of State Policy in RA number 10591. Moreover, pursuant to the PNP MC 2019-018 or the Guidelines and Procedures in the Issuance of Ammunition Basic Load dated May 14, 2019, the basic load authorized for each weapon required to be in the possession of a unit or station is a maximum of 360 rounds, referring to rifle 5.56 and SMG 9mm, while the individual authorized load per firearm referring to the same calibers is 210 rounds. For short firearm, the basic load is 100 rounds, while the individual load is 50 rounds. In this regard, allowing 500 rounds per firearm to be owned and possessed by a licensed citizen more than what law enforcement agencies is allowed may be inconsistent with the intent of the law. Much more, the 500 rounds per firearm is not also feasible for juridical entities, especially private security agencies, as it will be inconsistent with Rule 40, Section 165 and 166 of RA 11917, otherwise known as the Private Security Services Industry Act, enacted in July 30, 2022. If there will be increase in the number of ammunition to be owned and possessed by a licensed citizen, the PNP may consider a maximum of 100 rounds per firearm subject to certain terms and conditions, but this has to be consulted yet with other concerned PNP units and with the approval of the Chief PNP. For licensed sport shooters, the PNP is of the view that the proposed 5,000 rounds per firearm be subjected for further deliberation. At present, the FEO is not receiving negative feedback on the 1,000 rounds of ammunition per firearm given to sport shooters. With this reservation, still the PNP is open to further discuss the details of this concern with the end view of having a consensus that will not compromise public safety and security, and taking into consideration our social responsibility as a good citizen of this country. Due to the interest of time, we appeal to the Honorable Committee that the official position papers of the PNP will be submitted at a later date to give us time to get consensus from our leadership. Other comments and recommendations on provisions in the draft Senate bill will also be included in the position paper, Mr. Chair. Thank you, and once again, good morning, sir.
Thank you, General Ocobo. So yung counter offer mo dito sa 500 is dapat 100 lang, okay ka na? Okay. Ngayon ba, no existing? 50, ganon? So ang offer mo is 100.
100, sir.
Okay na sa'yo 100.
Okay
ang
naman, sir.
500 di pwede.
Yes, sir. Kasi pag nagamit naman, sir, pwede naman silang bumili uli ng amo nila. For individual niya, sir. At sa sport shooters naman, sir, nasa 1,000 naman yung counter offer namin. At
1,000.
Yes, sir. Kung naubos, sir, bibili na lang uli sila, sir. Kasi na-exceed na nila yung required ammunition, sir, nung law enforcement agencies natin. So, mas marami pang bala, sir, yung lumalabas, sir, mas marami pang bala dadalhin yung civilian kaysa yung law enforcements.
So, dagdagan natin yung sa law enforcement para madagdagan na sa civilian.
Pwede rin, sir.
Wala. Actually, wala. Sa'yo, apprehension lang yan. Kahit ako, apprehension lang yan, pero hindi naman ibig sabihin na mas maraming bala yung civilian, kayang-kaya niyang i-outgun yung law enforcement. 1:1, ha? Hindi naman niya, wala namang gano'ng intention din yung civilian na mayroong 500 na para makipagbarilan sa law enforcement. Comparison purposes lang naman yan eh. Diba? Sige, thank you. Salamat. May we hear from Afad Arek? Yeah, you have the floor.
Morning, Mr. Chair, Honorable Chair, esteemed colleagues, and distinguished guests. As we gather today to discuss the proposed amendments to Republic Act 10591, we stand in full support of Senator Bato's initiatives to recalibrate our firearms law in a manner that recognizes the growing potential of the firearms industry in the Philippines. The firearms industry is not a niche sector, but a rapidly developing industry that has the potential to contribute significantly to our economy. This industry, when properly nurtured and regulated, can create numerous opportunities for employment, skill development, and economic growth. By amending RA 10591, we are not simply loosening restrictions. We are enabling an industry to flourish, to innovate, and to provide livelihood for countless Filipinos. While we do acknowledge the concerns surrounding crimes involving illegal firearms, it is essential to differentiate between law-abiding citizens who have registered and responsibly owned firearms and those who use illegal weapons for criminal activities. The issue of illegal firearms is not one of regulation but of enforcement. Strengthening enforcement measures to crack down on illegal arms trade should not penalize legitimate firearms owners or hinder the growth of the industry. We must ensure that our laws focus on the root of the problem, illicit firearms, while supporting those who adhere to the legal framework. In this era of economic uncertainty, it is imperative that we explore and support industries that can offer stability and growth. The firearms sector, with its potential to expand both locally and internationally, should be seen as a vital part of our economic strategy. Instead of imposing restrictions that stifle this industry's development, we must craft legislation that supports its growth, ensures responsible regulation, and ultimately create more jobs for the Filipinos. By backing these amendments, we are paving the way for a thriving industry that aligns with our goals of economic prosperity and national security. Let us work together to ensure that the firearms industry in the Philippines is supported and not hindered, so it can serve as a strong pillar of our economy and a source of opportunity for many Filipinos. Mr. Chair, we do have one, if we can recommend an additional to your proposal with regards to the exemption during the gun ban. It's to also include the importation. Because during the gun ban, I know for a fact that one of the main things that we restrict is the movement of firearms in terms of sales. So this is the time when we deliver firearms, or we give the firearms to the people who bought from us. But during that time, all, if not majority of the members of our association, which consists of majority of the importers here in the Philippines, are forced to shut down their operations for 6 months. This means for 6 months during the gun ban, no company will import firearms, ammunition, and any other component, which also results to no taxes being paid to the government. At the end of the day, Mr. Chair, when we also exempt the imports of these products, these all go to Camp Crame. These are all escorted by the PNP with the proper documents.
Yes, I don't see any reason bakit natin ipagbawal yan. Dahil pag election period naman, kaya natin binabawal yung movement of firearms para hindi magamit ng mga politiko sa kanilang mga harassment na mga purposes. But yun namang importation at exportation, hindi naman yan mapupunta sa kamay ng mga end users, kundi from airport to Camp Crame lang naman yan.
Yes, Mr.
Airport to Camp Crame, deposit doon.
Yes.
So the movement is very clear hanggang dyan. Hindi napupunta, walang distribution of firearms doon sa kamay ng mga end users.
The moment
Hanggang doon lang yan.
the moment it arrives, Mr. Chair, in the port or in NAIA, it is already inspected by the PNP, your customs police, and when it moves, it is escorted by the PNP as well. As soon as it arrives in Crame, it's also inspected there and stored in Crame. So hindi po siya lalabas talaga with ano.
Yeah, I got your point.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, thank you. May we hear from the Philippine PPSA, the President, my compadre, Edwin Lim.
Good morning, Your Honor, Senator Bato de la Rosa. I am Edwin Lim, representing the Philippine Practical Shooting Association. This is the largest shooting association in the Philippines, along with PISMOC. The Philippines is the #1 champion in Asia for practical shooting, and #3 in the world. So a lot of the Filipino shooters are very enthusiastic about the sport, and most of these shooters are responsible owners, and they're very safe. In fact, we have in the range, it's called the cold range, wherein the shooter cannot load his firearm. So we are one of the safest firearm owners in the country. I'm representing the Shooting Association to also seek an exemption from the COMELEC, simply because we also have a lot of international competitions abroad. And because of that, in fact, next week we have a big Australasia in Bali, Indonesia. And we're having a little bit of a problem with the permit to transport. And the competition starts on Friday. And a lot of the shooters are now going into the airport having problems about their PTTs. But that's one of the many competitions that goes on around the world. And we are very active. And our the shooting sport is not a sport that you can let go for 6 months because you will lose your talent. So because of that, we pray, number one, that it be exempted from COMELEC exemption. If you need to escort the shooters to the airport, we have no problems with that. Furthermore, regarding the 5,000 rounds, we would like to update the community that the shooting sport has also evolved. Right now, there are so many divisions and types of weapons or firearms, categories, and different pistol, shotgun, rifle. And because of this, the sport shooter practices with a lot of rounds. Not only do one firearm, but also with the 3 different kind of firearms, pistol, shotgun, and rifles. And 5,000 rounds, we feel, is enough. The 1,000 provision by the PNP right now is also very short, although they may not hear anything from the shooters, but in reality, it is short. And we need 5,000 rounds. So we pray that we will be able to get that provision cleared. Thank you.
Thank you. Even 5,000 rounds is not enough to become worldly competitive. Hindi mo kaya yan. Yung 5,000 na yan, yung conservative estimate, pag-practice yan ni